That was a fast one, Flynn. I wasn't ready for you to come back so fast.
Try to switch it up.
Dude, that's awesome.
John's still in the bathroom.
I know.
I mean, John would still be in the bathroom anyways.
I don't got my buttons ready yet, but I got this one going. There we go. Good morning, everybody. It's up for the second hour here. Richie. Yeah, exactly.
Has Richie been
That's it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
We got Richie in for the morning loop reloaded here, hanging out, doing some dancing here in the lab here. We got some fun comments here. Lauren drops in here and says, my personal bests for my races have been fueled by fat more than carbs, Richie. I find a crash quicker when I carb load with strictly carbs. And then Lauren jumps in with "You're so inspiring." And I've been a part of those journeys, Richie, so I know that she's all about fueling that. Shinku comes in with that's keto, right? Yeah, we got some stuff coming from our conversation before here. And Shinku's high-fat diets are probably best for athletes as fats lube the joints. And of course, Shinku's coming in with some more comments along the way here. Shows yes, Shinku, we're blowing the pipes. We're blowing the pipes, having some fun this morning. That was a fun hour. Right? Yeah, it was some good stuff going on there. That was a fast hour. It was a super fast hour. And I have a story that I want to pull up with you guys, but it just ain't working at the moment here. So I'm going to see if I can get it up. But yeah, exactly. That's the one. So, hey, listen, did you guys know that? I got to get this one here. Johnny, what you think?
We can pretty much guarantee we don't know when you say that. That's always even when you say, did you guys know? That means here we go. This is something that nobody knows, which is always fun.
Yeah. Okay. I summarized it. So it ain't opening up, and I'm going to go there. So listen, there is a woman who, hold on a second here, guys. I got to pull it up here because I want to get the story right here. There's a woman in the United States who, this is just great radio right now, and it's just not opening up for me here. Okay. Let's go here. Go ahead, Johnny.
I'll take that for a moment to have some more of my organic ground beef, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, so is it in the bag or what?
What time is it that you're just crushing?
It's actually in a Tupperware container. Well, see, I can have two hands.
6 a.m. where you are, and you just crush beef at 6 a.m.
I start crushing beef at 3:10.
All right, so I found the story that I really wanted to throw on the table today, and I'm super happy that Richie's here to share it with us. And I know Nation's going to be just fucking ready for this one. And Flynn, woo, baby, this is a good one. This is a good one. All right, so I know when I'm reading, looking for content for the mornings, and I find it, just the fucking alarm bells go off in my head. Woman born with 2 vaginas reveals how hundreds of men she has slept with, hundreds, have never noticed. Richie, she's got a right side and a left side, and the right side's tighter than the left side. And guys don't know which side. And the guys just like, I've even opened my legs wide open to show the guys. And Christina, I know you're confused, and so was I. But apparently, behind the labia and everything, there's 2 vaginas, and men can use both. Some guys get the left side, some guys get the right side. And apparently, some guys who like the right side, which is tighter and more enjoyable, become very protective of her right side.
My Lord. Where do you even start with this? Can we clarify?
What's
one
the
thing?
Source of this? That's what I want to know.
Oh, don't ever ask the source. It's like Uncle Dan's blog from down in Virginia.
No, it's from a legitimate source. Annie Charlotte from the UK was diagnosed with uterus dideliphysis as a 16-year-old, the rare health condition where she has 2 vaginas, 2 uteruses, and 2 cervixes.
That was going to be my question. Does 2 holes lead to the same spot, or is it 2 holes leading to 2 different destinations?
Yeah,
so she could have 2 babies. So she could get pregnant while pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, and guys, she's making gazillions of money as a successful OnlyFans creator.
I was going to say OnlyFans. Okay.
Yeah, and she's claimed that she's had sex with hundreds of men. That's the funny thing, right? Not 5 or 10 or something. And I'm no judgment. Just the whole point of the story is that she's had sex with hundreds of men, but very few have noticed that she has a double vagina.
So we know.
And she says
Clarify. Why have very few noticed? Because what we have all been referring to as vagina for our entire lives, the outer thing that we all know what it looks like, that's not the vagina. The vagina is the inside part.
Yeah.
The outside is vulva, which is why you probably wouldn't be able to notice the 2 vaginas.
Sex advice from Christina Flynn. Mornings and
I
Alive
don't
with
think
Keith.
that has anything to do with sex.
No,
It's just
no. But
biology.
so she says my external, and Christina, she's confirmed what you just said. My external stuff is all the same. I have one labia, and then it opens up into two separate vaginas internally. And then she says, you have to properly stretch it back to see it. And then she says, I can obviously feel it on myself. And I've asked guys in the past after we've had sex if they can feel it, but normally they don't notice it. In fact, she claims that 99.9% of the men she's had sex with don't even realize it. And then she says that my right one is bigger and more dominant than the left. So when I have sex, most of the time it goes into the right. And guys, she says, Christina, guys get really possessive and weird about it when they hear that the left one's tighter and smaller, and they're desperate to try to get it, even when I tell them that it feels better.
Well, I don't know if she should be telling them.
So
it feels
she's
better.
saying,
Maybe that's why they're
she's saying one of her holes feels better than the next, is just to put it bluntly. Is that correct? For her?
No, for them, she's
For
saying
them.
based on evidence,
Oh.
decent sample size. Let's be
Does she have
honest.
2 different periods?
You'd think,
I also
yeah.
wonder,
Like,
does
would
she have
they
two
be at the
G-spots?
same time, or she's just always bleeding?
That's a good question.
That's a hell of a question.
That's a good question. I'm looking here. I'm continuing with you. I didn't see that when I first read the article here, but she does say this, and I'll get there, Richie. So Annie did explain that people have come in and hit the wall. And if someone's on top, I do have to angle myself a certain way because otherwise it can be uncomfortable. And health professionals that she's worked with don't seem to know what on earth is going on either. She says that she's been given conflicting advice. When I was 16, a nurse told me I was infertile straight away without any diagnosis from a gynecologist. But a gynecologist recently told her that she'd always be able to have C-sections, but she'd never be able to give natural birth.
She wouldn't be able to carry probably.
There you
Because it
go.
wouldn't be big enough. But I wonder if she has 2 G-spots.
I wonder that as well. Yeah,
That's
interesting story.
one.
So
I mean,
many.
if they're both fully functioning, you would think so.
You would think so.
Yeah. So there you go, man.
Yeah,
If you're
I
hanging
mean,
out with
if they're both fully functioning, that means they've got all their spots. That means there's the G spot included. But what I go back to is the fact that these poor, pathetic dudes are getting possessive over
It's
her
so
tight hole.
gross and so
Goodness gracious. It's goddamn. If that doesn't display the insecurity of some poor bastard, it's come on, man. Yeah. But, okay. Listen, you can tell the other guys they can have the other side. This one's for me. Shut
This
the
is
fuck
mine.
up, man.
This one's mine. Okay.
Have some
Like, talk
fucking.
about being
Have some.
possessive over a woman's body. Like, this vagina, that one's mine. Everyone else can have the others.
Oh man, yeah.
Also, what would it be like if double dick dude?
We had the guy with 3 penises, didn't we?
We did, yeah. This is the show where we got double vaginas, triple penises, all those kind of things. Richie, what were you going to say?
My buddy that I grew up with, he has 2 holes in the tip of his penis, and it was like I remember the first time I saw it. We're in the locker room, dude. Let me see, and like everybody's staring at his dick. Yeah, but only one of the holes works. I think the other one, I don't know.
Hold on a second here. He's got 2 holes in the top of his penis, but only one works.
Now look, that's from peeing. I've only seen him pee. I haven't seen him.
I hope so.
And Shinko's going, you, and I'm seeing some commentary. I think I'm just, I don't even, that kind of gives me the EBGBs, man. I don't know, man. That's, a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, you think of it like this, going back to the original topic, the 2 vaginas. So dudes in general. So actually, what is his name? Jordan Peterson. He says, look, you got to understand about females that vagina is like a man walking around with $10,000 in his pocket. Everybody wants that 10 grand. So the female doesn't have 10 grand in her pocket. She's got a vagina in her pocket. This one's got 20 grand. It's because dudes are so confused by the vagina. Now there's double confusion with this one poor female. And so it's almost for the average man that falls victim to, and I got to think, Jesus Christ, if that's the way you look at it, man, you got to start getting some ass, because if it's that type of a draw, you got to do better for yourself. But now with this lady that's got 2 of them, those poor bastards that were enthralled by the 10 grand, now they're enthralled by the 20 grand. You can only imagine what's going on in their brains.
I can only imagine what's going on to Christina.
Gold is only gold because it's a scarce commodity. As soon as you're throwing it out, it ain't gold anymore, man. Like, I don't want that shit.
Or as soon as you figure out how to get the commodity when you want to, it's not. Then it becomes the supply and demand changes, and it's not all of a sudden that 10 grand becomes
a convenience store. You got to wait in line. It's not even.
You lost me at Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson talking about women and what women have with their vagina. I'm done.
No, what he was saying, Christina, was that he was trying to basically help people understand that females walking around, that's the type of attention that they're getting, is they're getting this weird attention because people want their vagina, or men want their vagina, much like $10,000. If a man walking around with $10,000 halfway hanging out his pocket, that's going to be like, holy shit, I want. A lot of guys are going to, a lot of people are, I want that money.
Conversation. Why was he trying to teach men this?
I think he was just trying. I think he was just talking about human nature and helping people understand that a woman actually takes a lot of heat for having a vagina because males are attracted to it like 10 grand.
Yeah, I would rather listen to a woman talk about their experience than Jordan Peterson talk about my experience.
Don't kill the messenger. I'm just it.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
And keep in mind,
does Jordan Peterson know about having a vagina and the experience that women face?
And this could be a little bit out of context, but the bulk of it is there.
Okay, I got you. All love, John.
You are hanging out with Keith, Richie, John, and producer Flynn. We're talking vaginas this morning. We're talking the one with two vaginas for the Morning Loop Reloaded. Unpredictable conversation, men, to get your day started. And I don't even know what to leave you with a hook there. Although when you go and hang out with your next female friend and she has two vaginas, look left, and Flynn, I don't think
it's likely. I think if you're interested in two vaginas, this woman, what was her name? She has an OnlyFans. Go pay her to look at her vaginas. She'll show you.
Advice from Flynn. Mornings in the lab.
Work is real work. Give her the platform. Let's go.
Friends. Hey, we should get her on the show.
If we could get her on the show, great.
We'll get her on the show. We'll talk about the two vaginas, and we'll bring the guy in with the 3 penises, and we can have a big conversation. Anyways, all right, let's keep the show going, Jimmy. I want to introduce a new segment here to the show here.